when you bend your knee. Okay, so do it like this. Oh, I'm sorry, you are an instructor. Okay, inhale, exhale, and inhale. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, and out. Okay. Fine tune. I'm gonna do the fine tune right away. Okay. Some of you, when you turn, your knee is follow with your movement. You have to keep your knee straight forward. That means that you twist from the tailbone up here, not the waist from the waist up, not the waist down. So you have to keep the bottom part of your body still. Straight forward, open this foot, and just twist your back. Keep this straight out, okay? And when you go back, shift your weight from this thigh over to this thigh. Open this feet and turn. Okay, keep your knee straight. You don't move like this. If you move like this, what it does with your back? Nothing. Nothing, right? Because you follow with the position, so it's nothing with your back. You want to twist and turn, torque your spine. So that's why you have to keep the knee forward and just twist the upper part of your body. Okay? And when the third position, you just swing out, but not too fast like this. You don't want to dislocate your backbone. So you have to, in control, but you have to keep twisting and look to the back. Okay? We do it again. Inhale, exhale, and in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, and out. Okay, good. Now, stretching some more. This is a stretching that you try to stretch the side of your body right at the hip area. So when you breathe in, you try to reach over. Okay? You reach over, so you stretch this part of your body and then relax down. In, exhale, so you stretch this part of your body and you go up. Okay? And do like that for a few times. Ready? Okay, inhale. Reach out to the left, down and drop, exhale. And inhale up, stretch to the left. And down again.
Đúng cái đường giữa. Bà con muốn biết cái đường nào này? Đường này này. Đó, ngay cái đường đó. Đằng sau cũng vậy, ngay đây này. Theo cái xương sống.
Anh nói tiếp đại vô thiên luôn chứ không còn nó gọi.
Tôi biết sơ sơ thôi, bà con đừng có đi sâu vào đó. Cái này là tiểu châu thiên là microcosmic, cái đại châu thiên là macrocosmic. Đại châu thiên là cái đường nó sẽ đi theo 12 đường kinh mạch khác, chứ nó không đi theo chỉ có nhân mạch và đốc mạch thôi.
Tiểu châu thiên là họ là lá thở.
Ok, vậy đủ rồi. Stop right here.
Khi anh thở ra thì cái cuối cùng nó ending là cái chỗ nào?
Thở ra xuống dưới này trở lại số 1. Hoặc là anh drop ngay số 2 cũng được. Có hai cái options.
Mình vô đan điền hay là
nên vô đan điền cũng được.
Và thường lúc nào cái khí từ đan điền nó cũng drop xuống cái hội âm, nó đi lên lại. Thành ra thở xuống vô đan điền nó dễ.
Có câu hỏi gì không để tôi switch to English? Cong lưỡi chứ, cong lưỡi mới nối được chứ.
The whole exercise cong lưỡi lên.
Okay. Switch to English a little bit. We talk about microcosmic orbit. The orbit means what? Okay. Circle. Orbit means the circle. We have two main meridians running in the midline of your body. One in the back, we call governing channel, and the front is a conception channel. Đốc, nhâm, okay? The one at the back will run from one of the acupoints down here close to Hu Yin, okay? Nó chạy giữa, run up here, go to the front, go down and end in the where the upper lips and your what is that? The gum joint. Okay, right there. And the front we call conception channel. We run from Hu Yin up and then right here. So the two will not connect unless you curve your tongue and connect them. Okay, you close the circuit. Make into a circle orbit. So when you do breathing, you will breathe in from Hu Yin up to Bách Hội như này. Okay, right here. And then you exhale. Go in the midline down. You either stop at your dantian and let it go its course to try the chakra number 1 down here, or you breathe all the way down to chakra number 1. So roughly number 1 up 7, inhale and exhale from 7 down to 1 or 2. That's okay too. 2 ways. You have 2 options. Okay? Is that clear? Got it?
One B thought the same.
One be the same thing. Tiểu Chu Thiên thở the same.
Nhưng mà one B á, mình sẽ develop cái forceful breathing. Because one B you have to master the breathing technique. So we have the abdominal breathing, chakra breathing, forceful breathing, and this one is applied for the whole 3 level when
Okay.
you finish the form. Okay?
Can breathe in, midline the back, up, here, Bách Hội, and then out. Go back to the circle. Curve your tongue. Cong lưỡi lên.
Do the whole 10 form non-break.
Dạ.
Khi mình hít cái mình lấy cái hơi từ dưới phần dưới cùng
Hít rồi đấy. Đó, phần đó đó.
Exhale. In, out, and try to do the same speed as mine. Out and exhale. Two, three. Two. Not too fast. Relax your movement. Focus forward. Exhale. In, out, in, out. Not too fast. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Rotate your ball. In, out, in, out. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. In, out, in, out, in, out. 1, 2, 3. In, out, in, in, out, in, out. 1, 2, 8. In, pull your leg in and exhale. Okay, ready for the tiger? Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out.
One.
In. Out. Out. In. Out. I love you back. In. Out. In. Out. Okay, ready for the butterfly. Left leg out. Inhale, lean back. And exhale, forward. Inhale. Exhale. In.
so much they can even shake. I want to ask you if you can also.
Let's do it. The transfigurating is so clearly is from here. This is where you transfigurate the view. That's easy.
Yes.
But ask yourself, if you go like this and up down, is this moving? Moving. You're moving. But here is where the line is disappearing is here. Here. Come up here. You're coming down here. It's disappearing.
Yes.
This become this again, coming out again and coming up. It is going to disappear. Okay. So what he does just now, he did not make it disappear.
Yeah.
Because doesn't go up enough. So you must let the hands go up so it disappear. Okay? Alright, try it again. You see here? You see here? Even right here. Even right here is already, it's not straight. It's go like this. You see? So the line already, okay, go. Go. Okay, up and then coming down. That's okay. Shoulder line is this big, this is the chest area.
Waistline.
Waistline.
Cũng làm lại lần nữa.
Right.
Các bạn
So you can say this. You can say why we do this. It's just moving on the transition. It transfigurates, and then we'll be moving. And when we do this again, we're just moving the line. You say that you get 10 points, but it's not the whole thing transfigurating. No, only transfigurating at the transition.
1, 2,
Okay.
3,
Yes.
4, moving. 7 and 8, transferring. I'm like,
Yeah, maybe.
disappear. 7, 8, disappear.
Disappearing because the hands going up.
7, 8.
Then it has to be disappearing.
Right.
So you need to get this thing it goes away. Okay? You don't want to do it like this. No, you want to disappear. Okay. Very good. Baseline.
Nào nữa. Tóc.
cái này là cái độ này. Như vậy là cái baseline mới đầu các bạn là quyết định là moving, nhưng mà sau đó là họp lại là tại vì thầy nói là không chỉ chuyển đi
Ở gần Obama thông minh thiền. This time Obama plays Virginia. Okay, good. We give him 10 points. But let me explain you. Let me explain you here. This particular form, the most difficult part that you wouldn't detect it well is the baseline. The baseline is the most shaky part of your movement. If you really realize that, because the real master is going like this, moving like this, constantly moving. The line is never be in one place. The line, this line here, you see here? There's no changing. The line is never 2 points. The line keeping changing. This is how the old master would do. Okay? Because you keep changing, you keep changing, you keep moving, you keep changing, you keep moving, you keep changing, moving, and then you remember the center of the 2 feet make the line, right? But do you see the lines anywhere? No. Only one? The other one lift up? So that's why it's difficult at the baseline. The baseline is very difficult. So if you go like this is the only time you see the 2 points was coming down like this, right? And immediately up, down, up, you don't lift it back. And then you go this way, and then you go up, you go down, you go up. You see the lines disappearing. They're not there anymore. So it's transfigurating. It's constantly transfigurating. There are only a few times when you're coming forward with 2 feet together. That's when you see the lines. But they are not like this. They're like this. So it's the most difficult of all the forms there is the baseline. So the easiest one is a heaven. The most difficult one is this form right here, because the baseline is constantly shifting. It's transfigurating becomes a fixed pattern. So when you teach your students, you need to tell them to shift, constantly shifting. And usually, when you teach in the past, you don't want to say anything, you're just doing it. But you didn't realize that if you analyze it well from them, they do it better. They will do it much better. I want to take a little tiny break here because all of you want to learn this immediately. Because after we learn the lines, the parts, now we learn about the eyes. The eyes is a critical part of the movement. If you look at the wrong place, the neck will move wrongly. For example, here, you see, I'm doing this easy form. But I'm looking. Then what happened is my body can be correct. So the eyes is so important to know where the eyes should be. Okay? Now we will spend some time to do all the forms, make sure you can get all things even more refined. We go fine tuning. But you need to know where the eyes go. Okay? Here's where the eyes should go. The eyes have a few positions like this. If you take a look, the eyes here, so the eye looks straight, look up, 45 degree, looking down, 45 degree, the eye sweeping, okay, sweeping, and what else is the eyes looking? When you cut, if you cut the eye going this way down, okay, you cut, you see here, the eye sweeping from here, it coming down. So this is a little more difficult, 45 degree down. Then it just 180 degree turn. 180 degree turn, 45 degree slash. And that is down, straight, up, 45, down, 45. Okay, and you can remember we have something we call this up. Remember? Remember this? So that's a 90 degree up. 90 degree up. Up to 90 degree. By the way, if you haven't watched the movie Up, I would recommend you to go and watch it quickly. It's a wonderful movie that you should watch. If you ask me, do I watch it? No, I don't have an answer for that. But I recommend you go watch it, man. It's a great movie. And if you say, hey, you want to go watch with us? Yeah, sure. I'll watch it in time. Oops. What was it? Okay. How are you, Kevin? Thầy thấy mỗi lần em đi đang theo cái ly nước ngon lớn rồi.
Chọc quý.
Rồi long ao. Long ao là cái gì?
Long hours.
Oh, long hours. Đừng nói tiếng Việt, đi trên tiếng Tàu, tiếng Tây. Okay, here the eyes, and I want you to really looking at the eyes, because what are these things? What are these? Why we define all of this? Because if you know the skeleton, you know all the points there, it helps you to make the movement become perfect. So all of this helping you to develop different senses, the third eye, the six senses, and we can do. Okay, for example, the eyes. This moving is always this horizon. But look at the frog. Where the frog look at? The frog. It's looking down to where? Between your 2 feet, and then what? Up. Very good. Okay. How about the buffalo?
Look straight forward.
You look at one point, straight to one point. Okay, very far away. Okay, good. How about the crane? Straight. So you look very far away, infinity. In the very early time, what I did, I always looked up a little bit, but then I have changed it for a long time already. So I didn't look up anymore. I go down like this. Okay, how about dragon? How do you look? You first look up, and then what? Straight. Coming down. You look that way, straight. You look that way. It's not straight. It is
45. No.
It is right. Do you see this thing here? It's looking at they're transfiguring that angle. All right, so bending this way, the head bend that way. Look, so that is pretty hard to describe, right? But that is really a bend, completely the head completely bend, almost whatever you say, 90 degrees. Look over there, and then you're chanting, you're swifting. You look at it this way, and you're looking down. You slash, you look slash, and then you're coming up, coming down to horizontal look, this way here, okay? And then what do you jump? When you jump, what do you look at? When you jump, usually you just go straight. Now, what else make you go wrong? Okay, how about this one? This one here. If you look where? Head. You turn the head. You look up like this. You roll the eyes up. You don't look up like this much. You go like this. You turn a little bit, tiny bit like this. You look up. Okay.
Look at hand.
Yeah, look at the hands. That's right. Look at the hand. But you turn the head like this. You turn the head, look a little bit, and you look up to your hands. Okay? Then what else? And this. Look straight up. Okay. 90 degree up. Next one, tiger. You look down and then up. Looking up. Is that looking up? And then look it up. Okay, here is where something that you want to be careful, because you go like this, you look 45 up here, or 60, 70 up here. If you are more flexible, you can go all the way up, look 90 degrees. So the angle can go this way. It's not for sure that you need to have this angle. You can bend all the way if you have a good back. Otherwise, don't push yourself. This is enough. So you go like this. This is enough for me. And then you're coming down to where? To the ground. And where is the ground? It's about your foot, the area in front of your foot. Okay? And then where else? A tiger. Butterfly. Butterfly. Straight. Okay? And then up.
45.
You're looking up. I don't think it's 45. It's more than 45. It's up. And then coming down. Okay? Coming down. And so you're looking down around where? In front of your foot. And then you stretch out. So that's where your eyes look. So you want your eye to be focused to wherever you practice. The what do we call this stretch now? The turtle is the most difficult because your eyes keep changing everywhere. Okay, you go like this up, and you shifting your eyes, shifting and coming up and coming down to where? You start looking back there. You don't look up here. You look back there. So you sweep your hands up, look up, and you're coming forward. So actually you are changing the angles quite a bit. Okay? So the eyes looking back, looking front, up, and then sweeping over. Okay, look up again, looking down, that way. The turtle, the last one is easy. Yes?
Cái turtle mà lúc mình start out, we look up to our finger, look straight. Con nhớ ai nhắc mình nhìn thẳng.
Không nhìn thẳng
Sau
thôi.
đi nhìn thẳng.
Nhìn thẳng thôi.
Nhìn thẳng
Như vậy đó.
Dạ, rồi bắt đầu mình đi, mình mới sweep con mắt mình
Đúng
đi
rồi.
theo.
Sweep along the eyes.
Just want to make
Okay.
sure that's
So the eyes will direct your movement of eyes. Alright? Rồi, eye này nó hai quả như vậy. Any question on this? So this one is pretty easy because the eye doesn't do anything much. Just stand in empty space. Okay? So that's straightforward. But let me tell you why the eyes is so important that we put up here. Why? Do you know why the eyes is one of the important part? If you can answer this question, Cela can write out the name of that person, will give you 25 points bonus. So you add on any test that you will fail, you have 25 points.
the eye ready to go, the next is correct.
If I wrong.
Very good, give her 25 points. The reason why your eyes has to be correct, because where the eyes goes, the neck goes. And the neck goes, what happens? The spine goes. When the spine goes, what happens?
The body is correct.
Yeah. So when your eyes look correctly at the right place, then the neck doesn't move that much, or the neck move along with that, and it helps the spine to stay in the right position. Tức là cái con mắt đó, nó quan trọng là cái hạt thứ ba là vì sao vậy? Bởi vì khi mà con mắt của bác đó, mình lên mình xuống mình ngang mình giữa đó, ví dụ như là có người họ làm vậy đó bác này, họ quánh cái con gì đó, con trâu họ chuyên môn nhìn cái cô không? Nó chặt chặt đó, nhìn chặt trên đó, nó không có là các bác biết như vậy đó, cho nên đó con mắt đó phải nhìn vào cái chỗ nào á, để cái cổ đừng động đậy, cái cổ nó thẳng mới được, mắt nó làm cái cổ, vì con mắt muốn nhìn thế nào thường thường mình không có nhìn như vậy đâu bác, không nhìn lé vậy đâu, mình muốn nhìn bên này mình nhìn qua bên này, mình quay cái cổ, quay cái đầu, cái cổ, được cu, quay cái cổ, tôi quay cái đầu nó khác, cái đầu nó khác, quay cái đầu khác, quay cái cổ đó nha, quay cái đầu là sao? Là cái sức nặng cái đầu đó, dùng sức nặng cái đầu nó quay, không dùng cái cơ của cái cổ mà mình quay cái đầu. Nhưng mình muốn nhìn cái là thì mình quay cái cổ, quay cái đầu đó, quay cái cổ. Thành ra đó là cái cổ nó quay đó thì cái xương sống nó quay theo, xương sống nó quay theo, nó không có đẹp nữa, nó cạch vậy đó chứ. Thành ra các bác đừng có quay cái, đừng có nhìn mắt nhìn trật nó không được. Dạ. Nó được chứ. Nó rất được. Dạ, sao? Nhắm mắt rồi thấy gì việc đó. Thấy rồi. Bây giờ mấy bác mình yêu sinh mới qua bên này mới thấy được. Quái nhân rất dài. Quái nhân rất dài nào. Câu hỏi.
Khi mà tập mông rùa, khi mà mình cúi xuống, hai cái tay nó cần tay cao hay thấp?
Đúng rồi.
Nếu mà tay cao thì
đó, hồi nãy nói transfigurate rồi.
vậy mà con nghe là mua bình.
Mua bình đâu. Cái này đây là transfigurate rồi. Cái này là nó rồi. Xuống là transfigurate rồi. Đúng không? Bây giờ còn thế là nó không khó. Bây giờ let me tell you, it's good that we learn this because in the past I did teach this one, the lines apart. I did teach them, but I teach in a different way, and I do not emphasize on you teaching the student. I just teach you so you understand. I do not enforce you to teach a student. Now we need to change the way we teach. So in July, when you teach people, you would like very much to teach people how the lines go. The reason is very important because when you teach something like this, it's so solid, people will see it, your body. They will see your body, you see, oh, that's how you do it. Then they have somewhere to analyze you. Because of that, it will be the dynamic for you to improve yourself. Exactly. Moving on, he trusts me ready. It transforms. Still 1 more hour before Pinkberry. Just work hard. Okay. Suppose anyone of you want to follow me to have to go to Pinkberry, you are welcome because you pay for yourself. Yes. Okay. So after this line upon line, what do we have after this? There are a few more things. It's critically important that I intended to skip it because it makes it too difficult for the one-day students, one-day teacher. So remember this. There are a couple of more things here, but I won't do it now. I go right to postures. But this is belong to the form. Postures. Okay? I think it's good enough for you to teach one day class with this. Otherwise, you burden the student with it. In 3 months, you cannot teach it. Okay? When you learn yoga, you want to know the anatomy of this muscle, the tendon. When you learn Tai Chi, you want to learn the lines, the torques. This is the difference between yoga and Tai Chi. You understand this. And why in Tai Chi is a little bit difficult more than yoga because you need to develop your third eye. Your third eye is every time you do it, you see the lines moving. You don't want to see the muscle or tendons. You want to see the lines. So this lady over there, Steven, she said that she does the dragon with the eyes closed. That's good because she developed third eye. That's a very good way to do it. Okay, the only problem is you look at the lines. Look at something else inside the line. But when you develop that sense, okay, now what is postures? posture is not movement, but form. Posture is what you prepare before you do the form. Here, let me explain to you. Here. When I go down like this, I drop my body down, my eye level coming down over here. This is the horizon. It's a horizon right here, horizon, my horizon right here. Before is up, and now I drop my horizon. And my line back here, okay? So, why do I stay here? Now, I have to look first. Over here, I look at those lines here, and I sweep my eyes, and I cut over that words here, the lines there, and go over this way. So I know this is my horizon. Okay, and I will keep this horizon here. This is called posturing, because this is where I'm going to be. So after a while, slowly I look at something else up there, then I know that's wrong. So I need to look at the horizon, the lines. I know that the lines. I try to do like this, to feel that my body is moving this way. Okay? Now I can see my legs, 3 legs falling very clearly. And I also feel my 2 feet. The 2 feet now I'm feeling it. It's pretty stable. I don't have to grip my toes over there. No, I'm relaxing and nose in the point where you push me either way, I'm very stable. You follow? That's posturing. Now I put the hands over here. I make sure this thing here always exposed. Coming this way. I'm not even moving the body, but I know that this is how I can keep my shoulders straight, my shoulder line straight. And this is not. So I'm putting my effort over to my elbows right here to make sure that the line is straight. I put my effort over this part here, and so I know that the shoulder will be straight. I don't move the shoulders. Okay. Now watch. You see how the shoulder is moving? How I'm disconfigurating? Or transfigurating? No. Okay. So I'm doing this to have the feeling of my shoulders. And you look at my eyes. I stare in one place because I'm developing my third eye. So I'm staring to a place I can feel better. Okay? Now look at this over his hands here. He's moving along here. What do? I try to feel the shoulders here. I didn't do anything with the hands, the arm, nothing. Try to feel this thing here. Okay? You are learning Tai Chi. That's the essence of Tai Chi. To develop something inside of you. The third eye, develop inside the sense of knowing yourself. And the sense of knowing yourself is equivalent to in meditation a sense of knowing the blind spot of your shadows. Same principle, same dynamics. You develop something to look back into yourself. So I would urge you when you have time by yourself, just do it. Just to try to develop the sense of the lines, where the lines is. Let's try to do something so you can feel the lines. Okay. Now, let's take a look at the frog. Because that's the easy part, the frog. Do you realize the frog, why we do the frog this way? One, I need someone who really do it well. Meaning well. Kevin, đừng lên đây làm
Well.
Okay, now, 1, step out, 1, 2. That's not 2. So, it's 2 the hands or feet. Hand, 2 the hands coming out. No. The hand is alongside of the body. And relax the hands, relax. So the hands go down like this. Okay? Relax the hands so it's in the body. Okay? Do you know why we don't have the hands out there? Do you know why? Okay, 3, bend yourself down. Okay, now, where's your eyes? Okay, look straight. Tell me what you see over there. What's your focus? What's your focus over there?
The Chinese better.
Which Chinese one? The middle one? The middle one, okay, good. All right. Very important because that's where you center yourself. Okay, now coming down, fall, coming down. Where? Fall. I see fall. Coming down, fall. Okay, where do you look? You look at the middle of your 2 feet. Middle of your 2 feet. How many people get that right? Can you raise your hand? Look at the middle of 2 feet, okay? Don't look back now over there. Is there anything up here? Is there anything? No. Is there anything? Okay. All right. And then 5. Up. Up and then what? And then look up. And together. And then coming down. And then. Okay, good. Okay. So, what's wrong with it? The folding point. The folding point is what we call posture. You recognize it or you don't recognize it? Các thím có hiểu được không? Thím hiểu? Okay, never mind. All right. This is what we call posture or posturing. Okay, 1, step out. 2. All right, 3. And okay, what do you look? Eyes. So you look over there, down there. Okay. Now, when you going up here, you're going to be coming back. You make sure you stop by this place here and look over there before you fall over. It's called the folding point. Very good. Now folding down. What do you look? What are you looking at? And down. All right, and down.
Yes.
Very good. Don't you think the butts can be little? Yeah. See that point? And fall over. Very good. Okay, up. Now, because it's a little slow, so that's why you can't arch back that much. Yeah, here we go. Okay, very good. Now. Nói nghe này các bác. Bây giờ đó, when you going up, because the mantra dictates what this posture is. The mantra said that the right and the wrong come together. 是非合一. The two polarities come together. And what is it up here? What do you push up here for? It means you enter into the true nature. So the two things have to be united, and so the two fingers have to meet up there. So you go like this up, it's still up there, stay up there. Okay, you don't want to go this way. You want to go up this way. No, that's duality. This is non-dual. They all stay together. And then you flip around, and you're coming down, right? And you slowly come into the wall. When you're coming down, and Kevin, you're coming down this. You make sure you see that word before you bend over. Okay? So let's do it together. Okay, wait. No. The other side. Có cô nào lên làm thầy không? Cái cô nào mới đấy. Cô nào mới.
Con mới đây.
1. 1. 2. xuống.
No.
2.
Cái này là
Ngược hướng này.
2. Thì tên gì thầy quên rồi?
vâng dạ vâng
Cái gì vâng?
dạ máy
Hay vâng.
thu vân thu vân
Thu vâng. Mấy người vâng là hay rồi. Hay rồi mấy người được đưa vâng rồi. Cộng vâng, thu vâng, bên này cũng nghe. Cộng vâng. Bao nhiêu người vâng là hay rồi. Cộng vâng nghe làm gì vâng?
Đang mệt thầy.
Họ rất cao họ sống tài sẽ
Ba game mà bên là già ôi. Rồi là
biết có cái áo đó thế
rồi one làm thường nha. 1 2 3 4 trước bài phó phía sai vậy. Ok, phó xuống. Ok, Quang nhìn đâu câu nào vào đây.
Đã làm được cười rồi. Nụ cười là 10 thuộc bộ.
Meaning, posture is giving you the framework where the movement would be. If you coming down like this, you hang like this, you're coming down like this, meaning you're pretty coming down pretty low like this, then when you're coming up, you have to be coming down this before you bend over. So this is what we call posturing. So you make sure you have the posture correctly. Okay. The next thing, next movement is what we call the crane, right? Crane. Posturing in crane is pretty easy because you stay focused on one and you move hand and feet. So the posturing in here is only one thing that you want to worry about, is to keep yourself balanced. Yes, Paul?
The next one is the buffalo.
Huh?
The next one is not the buffalo.
The buffalo.
Buffalo.
Okay, thank you. So we have the buffalo. So what's the buffalo look like? What is the posturing on this one? You have to aim 45 degrees. You step out. 1. You're coming out, hands coming this way. Okay? So you look over there. Look straight over here. And you make sure that, because that posture is to help you go this way and going back. So when the posture of this one here is begin over here. Okay? So the buffalo doesn't begin here. It begins over here. This is how you feel the leg, you feel over there, and you push and you pull back. You make sure you see that point. So the posturing decide how the movement would look like. This is easy. It is just a matter of balancing, up and down, balancing. The correctness of the movement is different from posturing. Posturing is give the framework for the movement to flow. Posturing is not the movement. Okay? For example, this is when the body is before. This is when we begin. This is how the back will be. Because very easy, if you realize it, very easy, you go like this, back, okay? So that's posturing. Posturing is the back here straight. How about the dragon? What is the posturing for the dragon? It probably, the difficulty of the dragon is in posturing. Here, you raise yourselves up, okay? So you see it clearly there, but this is where the posturing begins. Here. See here? Feet together. This is where the posturing begins. Because this one here is when you bend over and you bend over. This is when you know where it is. So you're going up here, but you have to remember when you're coming down, where you're coming down. So make sure you look straight. When you're coming down, you look straight. And I know exactly where the point in the character is over there. So when I'm coming down here, so next time when I jump and I come back, okay, and I'm going up again, I make sure I'm going down here. So anytime I go this way, I go and turn, I twist, but I know this is the bending, like that. So this bending is called posturing. You remember that? Người ta hiểu được các bạn? Thế nó khó, thế bây giờ mình làm luôn một cái series ngày mai đó, mình làm luôn buổi sáng đó, thì mình làm là mình identify cái posturing là cái gì, thì mình học cái này mai mình làm luôn, bác hiểu không? Tại vì cái lý thuyết mình học cái ra. So tomorrow morning we should do whole posturings tomorrow. With all of this tomorrow, we in practice tomorrow, so don't miss tomorrow morning. Okay, tomorrow morning. Now let's go on. The next thing is, okay, this is your arm because tomorrow we're going to do the exercise and we can tell you where the posturing is tomorrow. So the action is happening tomorrow on this one.
I make a correction on the form, so the people can go the same. The step out is one, because I see is everyone is come up here and they do the 1 and 2 down. So we just kind of change it a little bit. 1 is you step out, 2 you use your inhale, and 3 you going down, and 4 fall over. Okay, so we change a little bit the order.
Hands out, second. Okay. Now, second thing is to go speed. Speed. Okay, speed and force. Speed meaning every movement have its own speed. In comparison of, for example, let me give you some. For example, this is fast and this is slow. Fast and slow. The speed we're talking about comparing in one movement. It's not about speeding you compare this buffalo with the crane with the buffalo. No. It's within each movement, each form, there are many speeds. For example, when you go like this, you go slow, you don't go very fast, you go really slow, and here is fast. And then come up slow, fast, and down slow, and fast. Okay? So there is a speed. And you have to be very careful because the speed, if you do it wrongly, the form doesn't go with it. Each form needs a speed. Each movement needs a speed. And this speed has to be correct. You cannot do, for example, if you go like this, but I see many people doing it. So after they finish the form, finish going like this, okay? And then when they go, they want to do the transition, this is how they do it. And then they go and then they go back like this. No, that's not very cool. Because you are not moving. You're not trying to make this part here moving. Okay, to the speed. Beside the speed is called the force. This is more difficult. Speed. You write down within the form. There are various speeds. So, speed, fast or slow. Then speed, fast or slow, or just medium, meaning not fast or slow. It depends on the movement, So we better get the movement correctly. Depends on movement, force. Where is the force from? Because the source of the force is from your core right here, the dantian, this displayed here. It's where all the force coming from. So we need to have this force generated here. So generated from the core. Generated from the core / dantian, meaning this part here. So, for example, I'll give you an example. Buffalo, no, the butterfly. Even this is the movement of this part here. We move this part here, we come up here, we come up down here, and then it is movement. And then it is from here the cord that you picked out. It's all from this here. Okay, same thing with over here. You're going up, and actually you're moving this part here. You're not doing with the hands. You have to be very relaxed. Nothing with the hands. It's just this part of the core, the force, from there. So when the force is not here, then you're not doing Tai Chi. Okay, just remember the Tai Chi, the force had to come from here. So it's called generated from the core and is rooted within your leg. Is rooted. Rooted. And therefore, it's rooted, meaning it's stabilized, rooted there. Your leg should be in the right posture, right position, so you can sustain that force. So if you don't have that strength over here, even if you have very strong force, you get off balance. Okay, just now we have a guy, the two down. Is your game down too high? Okay, down. Okay, you can see that she put off balance. Okay, now why is it off balance? Why is it? The force is here, yes, but why is it off balance? And many of us do it, even myself off balance too. Why? This is not coordinated with the form. And so the force generated, the force created the speed. You see how we say speed and force, we don't say the other way around? Okay? You look at the speed, you know where the force is. So the force here, this created speed, but you have to put it behind it, not in front of it. Because you only see the speed, you don't see the force first, you see the speed. So when we analyze, look at the speed first. Don't try to look at the force, look at the speed. For example, she goes very fast up, and then what happened? It's a place where she make it to go like this. If you have enough time, enough timing, you're going down, you're going up, breathing, right time, coordinating, going up. You know what happened? You're in a perfect place, perfect balance. So the speed, the force, they're all coming together, you have perfect balance. Otherwise, you are off balance because the speed too fast. The force is there. And so, we have the third thing that you want to look at it. And the third thing we call, there will be strong, the force will be strong, but they're slow but strong. Sometimes fast, but still strong. Fast is strong, but sometimes slow but strong. What is slow but strong? Do you know what slow but strong? It is very slow. Like, slow but very strong. Okay? You kick out slow but very strong. Don't go fast. That's fast. But this is slow but strong. And so, when you look at the movement, you look at the speed first. Don't look at the force, look at the speed to see whether they are right speed. And then you go back to find out where is the force. in here or somewhere, or the hands move so fast. For example, I caught quite a number of students in Taiwan. These students in Taiwan come from one teacher. She taught all the students there. The other teacher and the student over there, I watch it, and I don't see the same problem. But over here, all the students here have the same problem. What is the problem? When they do the frog, she does the frog, she goes like this.
Yeah.
Very forceful. And she stayed. And then come down. Now it turned out to be, her personality is very hard. It's not mellow, and she wanted a quick release from the rest of the world. So when we get out, she was so tired of the world. And so she manifests her personality into it. The important thing is this. The force creates the speed from here. It's from here. But then what happened here? It's going to 60 miles per hour, and then what happened? 0 time. It dropped down. The space shuttle dropped to the earth. Okay. What happened to this one here? Does she lose balance? She never lost balance. She never lost balance on this. But what happened? Backache. Backache because too much abuse. So, when these two things here, the speed and the force, come together in the right amount, it rooted from the leg, but it from here coming out to the hands, and the spine supporting it, then you have perfect balance, and you don't get sick. So most of the time when students get injured because of this two thing here, it's too fast or too strong. Okay, you can go, you can never get, you will never be injured if your speed is not that fast and the force is very weak. And so you have to be very careful. Go overboard, you'll be injured. But less force and less speed, you don't get the force. So you get the two things right amount. That's what the training would be. The training is to train you how to get that two things in the right amount, the right speed, the right force. Okay? And all of that can constitute to what we call the right form. The form cannot be the form only, it has to have the speed and the force coming together. Okay, so the source here is rooted there, and you have to coordinate. It's coordinate and expressed by the hands. Okay, that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, now number 3. Okay. 1, 2, and number 3. 3 is breathing. For this 1A level here, you need to do a forceful breathing. Meaning, just breathe very, very strongly, okay? It doesn't matter how you breathe strongly by the nose. Nose breathing, okay? That's what you want to do, strong breathing. What is the normal breathing? What is normal breathing versus the forceful breathing? Normal breathing meaning you breathe but you don't hear any sound. Forceful breathing, when you breathe, you hear the sound up here. You don't want to hear the sound down here, you want to hear the sound up here. It's a whole part of the body, of the neck that comes to here. And what happened with the stomach, with the thing here, don't need to worry, just make the noise. When you get to 1B, we will define how the breathing would be. Abdominal breathing or chakra breathing. But at this point now, You need to worry about it. Okay. On Monday, we get you onto abdominal breathing. But as far as you're teaching a class, you're teaching the one-day class, all you have to do is tell the students breathe very strongly. They put your hands up and breathe as hard as possible. And then normal breathing. And then when you do the warm-up, you know what kind of breathing we call? What do we call that breathing? It's called release breathing. Releasing or release the breathing. This is what the breathing that we need to teach students. The release breathing. Let go of everything. Exhale to the mouth and let go of all the afflictions and everything in your body. Okay, you know that, right? And the normal breathing, the softer breathing. There's one more kind of breathing that you will teach students when you stand like this. It's very quiet, very quiet. There's no noise, no sound, and the breath going all the way down, slowly going down to the middle. We call it relaxed breathing. Relaxed breathing meaning when you breathe, you completely relax your body, mind, everything, close your eyes, and let everything relax and breathe. That's what relaxed breathing. So this is a breathing that we teach every class. So remember, everything you learn today is to teach the students one-day class. So over here, you have very normal breathing. Okay? In yoga, you have a very, very forceful breathing. In CK10, you have forceful breathing. Forceful. In between, here is how we say you are relaxing. You have the two arrows going down, and we say this is relaxed breathing. Okay. There over here, in this here, there's the one thing we call release breathing as well. The one exercise is the release breathing in the warm-up. And the class is what we call deep relaxation, right? So it's deep, relaxed breathing. Okay? In meditation, it's a deep, relaxed breathing. Deeply relaxed breathing. Appreciation is normal breathing. At home is angry breathing. So make sure you remember all of this breathing here. Okay, please remember, because it will surface on your test very soon. Okay, I would like to take a few questions from you. The last thing we should learn over here, number 4. The last thing of the last thing. Number 4. Let me tell you one thing. Why do you learn all of this? You learn this, you can analyze the movement better. Mình học mấy cái này để cho mình thấy được cái động tác của mình chính xác hơn, và mình nhìn được khác của cái mắt thứ ba, mình thấy được những cái động tác, cái đồ mà mình làm đúng sai đó. Anh nói bữa sinh ra anh tên gì thầy quên hả?
Dạ con tên Khuê.
Chị trước thầy có gặp anh mà đúng không?
Dạ.
Chị Khuê anh chơi với nhau. We do this very physical here. It has something we call attitude. Attitude is when you perform, when you do things, there is something behind it. It's not just you doing it. Your mind at that time and your intention, the intention at that time. or why are you doing it? It's all connected. So it's not just doing the movement. Your intention. You want to be healthy. Okay, you want to be healthy. That's it. That is the intention when you're doing it. But the attitude when you're doing it, you want to be like what is the mantra describing. For example, the mantra said, okay, the good and the bad come together as one, and then going up to the non-duality and drop down to help others. Okay, you get engaged with that teaching, engaged with that one, then the whole thing would be so different. But if you say, okay, I want to get myself healthy, let's do it. Don't talk about it. Let's do it. That's a whole different mentality, whole different accomplishment. And so the first thing that you and the teachers want to be is to be open. Stay open. Be open and stay open. So stay open meaning you let yourself out of the picture and let the mantra, let the movement, let it take you to the next level of understanding. Let yourself open. Let yourself experience what the movement, the teaching will take you through. So be open and stay open. That's the first thing. So you can ask the student, okay, don't worry about whatever. Let's just go along and hey, listen to this and we explain. And that's why you need half an hour to really command the trust. So people will trust you after the first half hour. After that, they'll be open. If you don't open them at the very first half hour of the class, you never open them the next hour. So very critical that you need to open people at the first half hour. We will run on to this tomorrow. Tomorrow we run half an hour. How do we get the half hour very focused? People will get onto the Dharma right away. So stay open. That's the first one. And you stay open with yourself and with others. And number two, you have to trust. What do you trust? You trust the form. You trust the movement. Okay, did you realize that many people, when they do like this, why don't they extend themselves? They're not trusting themselves. You didn't realize the psychology. People cannot extend all the way because they don't trust themselves. They don't do it at home. They're not naturally doing it. You know, you think the lady like this here, the two old ladies here, and jump like this, it's amazing that they can do it. Now, we are young, we laugh at them, but it's amazing somebody else can go and do that way. Do you know? They're pretty open. Pretty open to do that. But many people are not open enough. They don't dare to do that movement. They don't dare to even, moving like this. They can't. And talking about, we are training it out there, go like this, they don't do it. They say, oh, that's too ugly. they are not trusting the movement. They hold themselves back, they're not open. So you need to understand the student mentality, and you do it, and you take them on slowly, open them up slowly, and let people are doing it. Right, Ron? It's very important because once you don't trust your body, you can never get in touch with your inside. So you need to trust your body. You need to touch your heart, like open up your body. Then a lot of people won't be able to do it because they are so crammed up, and so you can see the body is so hard, stiff. They're not open. They are so stiff. You don't believe it? You want to ask your husband. And you can see how the husband, some people in the family are very stiff. And they resist to come to study or to do it because it is difficult. When the body is stretched, you become open. And sometimes openness is so scary to people who are not used to it. Do you follow what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's why you need to have this attitude and this intention to stay open, and you yourself first trust your movement. And so the student can get a response from you. Everything the student does, everything, it's just a reflection of what you do now, here, at this very moment. And so, by trusting your movement, when you do it with trust, you do it with the whole heart, you do it with certain kind of openness. You don't just doing it and say, yeah, tự nhiên là cái chân nó lên chút xíu, thầy nói chân vậy, anh hiểu nói chân vậy, thầy Cela nói chân vậy, thì kia nó cũng vậy đó. They said, ủa, vậy là sao vậy? Thì vậy là vậy. They started to question your you think they asked they question your ability to teach, they question your understanding? No. They are asking or they questioning your trust in your movement. So when you have that trust on yourself, okay, let's go ahead and do it. Then you command the trust on people. Open and trust your movement yourself. Okay. Now, many people love to hear what you say when you teach. So by trusting yourself, you teach, and you should learn how to speak at the same time. Now, many of us, students and teachers that we hear, many of you here, when you teach, what do? Hít vô, thở ra, and you say in and out and all that, and then when you finish it, you start to talk. Okay? Now that's the very early stage of your teaching. The better way is this: you say it at the same time you're doing it. How would you be able to do that? Because you trust yourself, you trust the movement. You trust your movement. Trust yourself. Okay. Now, if you make a mistake, you say something wrong, is that okay?
Yes.
No, it's not okay. When you say something wrong, it's not okay. But it's okay if you say something like this. Oops. Last week I said wrong. I'm sorry. That's okay. But you don't want to get away with what you say wrong. You know it wrong, but you just don't ask. Don't tell how to see. No. Maybe not push, okay? So you must tell them, okay, I'm sorry, I did last time wrong, so I changed. So you have to tell them. So you trust yourself. So be honest on this. So people can feel it. They say, yeah, I'm a done teacher because she be honest. She really carried the whole thing through. And she really make it happen on me now because she teach me, I can do it, so I like it. And I have something wrong, she changed it. And it's something that she does wrong, or she admit it. Now that's how you build the trust. And so the attitude of it is you stay open, you have a trust there. Dạ sao giờ chị về trước em kiểu ra thì khi mà cái gì này chị biên xuống là thầy qua là cái năm bộ phận này gồm có cái gì trong đó. Everyone, okay, get rid of the paper. Let's do the homework. We go home. Homework. No. Test, please. Wait, please, because you don't know. Please. Yes.
I have one question. What's the purpose of the changing the
Yes. Coming back. Take this paper. Write down for me all the parts and the lines. All the parts and the lines. You can remember the order of the parts. When you look at something else, what is the order? What do you look first? And the lines. What are all the lines? What are all the parts? Please. The first 5 you get a bonus. Draw a picture. Draw the human picture and all the parts. So you draw 2 human pictures. 2 human pictures. 1 picture of the lines, 1 picture of the parts. And there's no point to look at your book because you look at the book, there's no test anyway. You have to look at your notebook. I trust you. You can make my trust diminishing fast when you look at the book.